probably start making a little boat coming up to your left here, which busy time.
That's good.
Oh, you could probably get in behind this boat here, in between the little slow boat coming on the left and this ferry, and then just dart straight across, all right?
Okay.
All right, my man.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
God. Hello. Eduardo. Nice to meet you. Hey. Excuse me?
What's your name?
Eduardo.
Eduardo. Done this before?
No, first time.
Very, very light.
Yeah, really. Is it tiring though?
No. You can stop. Yeah.
With your foot in front.
Oh.
Push that. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
You just caught a plastic bag. It's all good.
Are you down from somewhere? Do you live here?
No, actually I came to study English.
Okay, where are you from?
Brazil.
Ah,
How about you guys? Do you live here?
We're here, yeah.
Well, you were born here though.
I'm born here. He was born in Pakistan,
Oh, okay, nice.
but he's been here since 74.
Wow, yeah, that's a long time, yeah.
So, is this your first time here?
Yeah.
How long have you been here?
Well, I arrived in Melbourne on the December 29th.
Okay.
In Australia on December the 6th.
Yep.
And then I made my way down to Tasmania and through the Queensland coast.
Okay. So where are you studying?
Well, back at Southern Cross, this school called ILSC.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you live in the city?
I live at Yarraville,
Okay.
a bit after Footscray, you know.
Yeah.
But it's a good spot to live though, I mean.
Yeah, it's central.
Yeah. Really feel light, so every night I can, you know, just watch the stars from my backyard.
So how long are you down for?
Unfortunately, I'll be leaving at the end of this month.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Is your English improved?
Yeah, most definitely. Isso é muito da hora, cara. Aí, ó, estamos numa bicicleta de água aqui. E é isso, vamos que vamos. bom pra tomar um sol nas pernas e já é um exercício de perna. Ah, o que você vai fazer? Hoje eu vou dar uma pedalada. Qual rota você vai fazer? Eu vou pelo rio Yarra. Diazinho aqui, então. Vou fazer uma porrada. Brazil. I've been, well, since the beginning of December. Here in Melbourne though, since the December 29th. But unfortunately I'll be leaving on the 28th.
Have you been working here or just traveling?
I came to study English majorly. Yeah.
Your English is very good.
Yeah, thanks.
Way better than my What language is your?
Portuguese. Yeah.
Your English is way better than my Portuguese. Thank you for joining us.
Well, yeah. I was curious. I never done this before.
You've never ridden a bike on the water?
Never heard of it.
No one here has.
Yeah. Actually, who did hear about it was my dad. He said, like, I think Melbourne has this Waterbike tours. You should look into it. And then I did, and I was, you know, surprised. They say, wow, that's nice.
Very cool. Just gonna go in front of it and pick. mighty goals there coming out. So that's
Yeah.
the residential building in the southern hemisphere. So those colleges is obviously the tallest, so that's just completely residential. And the gold that's sticking out, that's the Southern Cross Star from the bird's eye view. The Southern Cross Star is an Australian flag. And the building to the left of it is the tallest building in Melbourne, called the Rika Tower. The gold on the top of that represents the gold rush that happened in Australia. There's a red stripe down the side of it, that represents the blood that was spilled between the Aboriginal and white man. There's that one there. And at the top of that one there's a sky deck experience that you can go out. There's like a lift that almost goes out sideways, so it pushes you out and the floor goes clear and you get down on the floors. And then the floor pretends to crack, so it's a little bit of fallout. So if you're a thrill seeker and want to do something like that, go out there.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah. I'm scared to hide those.
Yeah, I'm not bad.
I went to this.
I'm scared of heights, I'm scared of falling.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not actually scared of, well, yeah, falling of course, but like when you got a trampoline, for example, I'm not scared to jump, I'm scared to stay there.
Yeah.
So when the lifeguard, he takes long to call my name, like I kind of freeze, and then once he called my name, I can't go.
Yeah.
Because I'm frozen to that.
Buy dim sum for $2 or a steak for $700 and everything in between.
Tennessee whiskey. Yeah. I gotta finish college back home, you know.
And what are you doing? Is that college is in high school or college in university?
University, yeah.
What are you studying?
I study electrical engineering.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And I've taken my time also here in Melbourne to do a bit of research on the Australian universities as to masters and postgraduate programs. And I hope to apply for one of those once I graduate.
Yeah, okay. Very good.
And hopefully stay here for like a year or two, you know.
Yeah, okay.
Because
compared to where you live, do you like Australia?
yeah.
Sort of different work has
Well,
pros and cons.
we like to say, well, the people who have visited Australia back in Brazil, they like to say it's the well-administrated Brazil.
Okay.
Because like people here, they are just so nice.
Yeah, okay.
And the landscaping does remind a lot of home.
Okay.
But the life quality and, you know, the custom, how can I say, the prices of things is just much better than back home. No, here in Australia. Yeah.
It's interesting. We speak to lots of people, international visitors, and I was talking to someone they were in Europe. Oh goodness, I can't remember just how many people. But I was surprised that they were saying that Australia is more expensive, and they were from a more Norway-ish region, I would say. And I'm like, Australia's more expensive than where you live, and they're like, yes. And I'm like, I find that hard to believe, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it is a little pricey, but I still think that some of those countries, the Scandinavian countries, are also quite pricey to live in as well.
Probably, yeah. I have a friend who lived in Norway. She said that it was quite expensive.
Yeah.
But she lived there like, I think 7 years ago.
Yeah, things change technically depending on government.
Yeah. But I mean, life here is pretty good. Life here in Australia is pretty good. I mean,
I think sometimes we don't realise how lucky we are. And we like to complain about, complain about things that really do great in a lucky country.
yeah. We do the same back in Brazil. That's just the norm, you know. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty good. And the wildlife preservation policies here is just enviable, you know, because like we do have a lot of jungles and biodiversity back in Brazil, but corporations, they just don't care about it, and the policies to preserve that is not as good as, like, they're not as widespread throughout the territory as it is here in Australia, and that's sad.
Yeah, I agree. I'm a big animal lover, so much so that I've gone vegan because I'm such an animal lover, and it does make me sad to see what greed and corporation does to people, birds, others, and other species.
Yeah.
I had a guy on the tour the other day, and I think he was from a country that really didn't care so much about animals. He kept trying to chase the ducks and run over them on the bikes. I told him he was going to keep doing it and have to go to the side and get them. Oh, I said, this is where the ducks live, we're in their home, leave them alone.
Yeah. Like it or not, we're the invasive species, yeah.
That's right.
But yeah, look, the first thing that actually caught my attention when I first heard of Australia was the wildlife. You know, kangaroos, koalas, all the marine life. Yeah. I hopefully had the opportunity to see the Great Barrier Reef.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and it's beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely. Snorkeling up there, yeah. You get a chance.
No.
Just Melbourne?
Well, I went to Melbourne, Hobart, Cairns, Ellie Beach, Bundaberg and Brisbane.
Yeah, okay.
And eventually go to Coast also, you know, but it was a one-day trip.
Oh, okay. It's a bit of fun in the Gold Coast.
Yeah, it's wonderful there. It also felt a lot like home because, I mean, every 10 people I would pass by on the street, like 2 were Brazilian.
Yeah, okay.
Loads of Brazilian there.
The locals call it Brisbane. It's kind of a party town where you go and have a bit of fun.
Yeah. But the weather was really nice and the beaches dashing. Yeah.
Lovely part of the world. We're heading down to Melbourne. get sheds where they would trade their animals or grains or stock or things like that. We've now just turned them all into bars and restaurants. So yeah, the docks down here.
Nice. Here's where we're going towards the ocean, right?
Correct, yeah, towards the bay. So this river, at this end it's salt water, and it starts up the other end in our mountains and it's fresh water. So, and because it's tidal, there's not a lot of marine life in here to drive up with fresh water or sea. So
Yeah.
sometimes there's small fish, eels, I've seen a few rats. That's about it.
Yeah. I remember back in Brisbane, I was like sitting at the edge of the dock with my feet in the water, and then my guy would say to me, mate, don't do that because we do get a lot of bow sharks here. And exactly where you're sitting, I've seen a bunch. And then I was okay, yeah. Nice way to terrify me.
They sit under the eaves, the bull sharks. And so sometimes when you see the boats come in and their engines like, you know, rip up all the water, the bull sharks come out. Yeah, so Brisbane River is, yeah, you wouldn't want to do this on the Brisbane River. No sharks or anything.
And does it get really cold here in the winter?
Cold?
Yeah.
Yeah, Melbourne does get cold. It was like the coldest it would get is in the morning. Maybe 5 mornings in the winter you get maybe to
Okay.
0, and then the days can get as cold as staying at 11 degrees, 10 degrees. The wind can feel quite cold, but we don't get snow in Melbourne or anything like that. We get snow up in the mountains.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Generally, our ski fields are made up of majority of fake snow because we just don't get enough snow for the snow season. But yeah, it's cold because it's in the southern continent. You went to Tasmania, Hobart, they get colder again.
Yeah. When I was planning my trip, I only brought, you know, short sleeve shirts, and then I watched, I searched for the weather, the Melbourne weather and Hobart weather on the web, and it was just like 14 degrees, 12 degrees, and I said, well, I'm not prepared for that. Like,
Were you here for Christmas Day?
no, I was back in Brisbane.
Oh, okay. Melbourne Christmas Day, the coldest Christmas day we had in like 40 years, it was 15 degrees, and then 2 days later it was 40. It's so strange in Melbourne. I'm saying Melbourne, if you don't like the weather, just wait 10 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, back the city I live in, Brazil, São Paulo, we say the weather is pretty cold, but when I got here, I said, no, São Paulo is like rookie. It's a rookie compared to this because it's not crazy at all. Like, you would get like, I don't know, 17 degrees, and then on the other day you get 28, and then eventually 32, but not once like the maximum average temperature is 20 degrees and the next day you have 44 degrees. That's just insane.
Yeah. Makes it hard to dress.
It is, yeah.
Like today's a beautiful day. As soon as the sun goes down, it'll be cold. It's really cold.
Yeah, I think that the real problem is the wind. It's really windy here, right?
You know what? We always have this conversation. We didn't realise how windy it was in Melbourne until we started waterbikes because the wind moves it. And we'll get up and we'll be like, it's windy again. It's windy again, and we never really noticed it beforehand.
Yeah, I went one day to the beach. It was like supposedly 27 degrees, and I said, oh, that's okay. I won't need no hoodies or anything.
Yeah.
And there was just so much wind, I couldn't stay in the beach for as long as 10 minutes. I had to go back home because it was just too cold.
Not nice, yeah. Melbourne does that. But then you can get these beautiful days that are 30 degrees and still and lovely. And
Yeah. thought you said Beijing. I thought just Beijing. I thought I said shh. I've been looking fine. River cruises. Night. Made a new cold beverage in his basement. Beverage. How do people do this?
Yeah, all the little fire boats. They can take alcohol out of them, so they can, like maybe 18 months ago, even like this would have been full, like completely full. Because what I used to have to do is they do it, and then all the Park Victoria who look after the waterways, they come out on Monday morning and clean them all out. And then they kind of figured out like, why we're doing this is to get the people doing it. So they put the responsibility back on the operators, and the operators started coming out and doing it. Then I think they got sick of it. So now like you get like a fine if you get caught doing it. I think it's like $200 or something. So yeah, so it's a bit less seen as much. Still happens, but you've got to be unlucky. Like one of the things, you see the boats like kind of going up and down all the time. They're sort of spotting them and stuff. They have GPS in them too, the boats. So you one of the biggest boats you can land because it's really shallow. And it's probably like an hour outside, like some parts of the sea, they kind of like really shallow. And they tell them to stay so many metres out of the banks. And I've heard a few stories of people that come out from us and they said, oh, we got back to the end and we got a $200 fine. And they're like, what for? And they showed them like a GPS and they said, here, you're 5 metres and stuff. Yeah. I mean, if you get stuck and they have to send out a boat to come and get you, yeah, I kind of get that. But if you've got a bit close, but you're able to keep going, like, yeah. So the red hot tip is if you go out on one of those, hence why you see them going down the middle of the river. Yeah, they're good columns, they're good at You're back to Brazil next week, did you say?
28.
28, yeah, nice.
Unfortunately.
How long have you been out in Australia for?
I've been, well, I arrived at Australia on the December 6th, but here in Melbourne on the 29th.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah,
Enjoyed it?
I loved it. Yeah. Hopefully I come back one day, probably to live a couple of years here.
Nice.
Yeah. Perhaps study, you know.
And the beach is better here or in Brazil?
Oh, that's a tough one. I mean, I've been to Whitehaven Bay, and that's a beautiful beach, but like, Brazil's a pretty big country. Yeah, it's a pretty big country. But I'll have to say that if you, in general, Australia's better. Australia's beaches are much prettier. Yeah, and the preservation is much better here.
Yeah,
Like so. Rubbish control, wildlife preservation, that's much better here. It's enviable. Yeah.
Sorry. So we will just be a little bit left once we get out on this bridge, just because it is really shallow to this section. So a little bit of those boats are. Yeah, these are made in, well, they were made in Brazil up until so about halfway through last year, and they opened a factory in Orlando, in Florida. But yeah, they're made by like a German husband and wife who were like engineers. They moved to Brazil, kind of like almost like to live off the grid sort of thing.
Yeah.
I don't know Brazil, but they were up on the mountains in Brazil, and they were making these up there, and then sending them down to the ports and shipping them all around the world.
Yeah. Well, up in the mountains back in Brazil, that's tough,
I don't know. That's the story I've been told.
Yeah.
Right? Someone might be stitching me up.
Yeah, we don't have loads of mountains there. Yeah, but I've never seen one of these back home.
A few in like Puerto Rico, a few in the Caribbean and places.
Yeah, like in Brazil, back in the beaches, it's pretty popular to do kayaking and stand-up paddle also.
Yeah. We have a little bit of surf in the beaches.
Yeah, not all of them, but well, across the coast of my state, which is São Paulo, you have a lot of beaches good for surfing.
Yes.
But the best ones are down south, Brazil.
Yeah, okay. catches you.
Yeah. Victoria University. That's one I should look into. Yeah, you got it. Nice. It's called the INSS. IRS. Queen's Bridge. Everything here is for the Queen. That's the Queen's Bridge. Well, guess what? The Queen is dead. Oh, mummy, I want to be king. I want to be king so bad. Mummy, I want to be king. Not a little woman. Do you? Someone's getting married. Olha só, nasci próximos. Ai, fudeu. Hey, Deus me pé. IBM.
Island. We can only get there. You've got to go over the bridge and there's a staircase that goes down from the bridge.
That- yeah, that's really cool.
Cocktails and ATV. On the end was just put there for the Australian Open. The tennis was on recently. But it's still there. I think in a couple of weeks they're going to shut it down, but you can hire it and look at and play pickleball at the end of the tennis court there.
Nice. Spirit of Melbourne. Cruising
In
restaurant.
our station here, Quinlan Street Station. A bit of back history on that one is when it was rebuilt in the late 1800s. The gentleman that, also they went out for tender to get people to design it, and the gentleman that won the tender to design it, he was also designing the train station in Mumbai, and when he sent the plans to Australia he got them mixed up. The station was actually meant to be in Mumbai, and Mumbai's train station is supposed to be here in Melbourne. So if you have a look at it, it doesn't really fit in with our architecture. It's a beautiful building. Content can sit in, how they have the green domes and things like that. Whereas the one in Mumbai looks a little bit more century Gothic. So yeah, a fun fact.
Nice, yeah. It's really beautiful.
Oh, stunning building.
Yeah. At night is even prettier, I mean,
Yeah.
with the lights and everything.
No, night time, yeah, it's beautiful.
Carnaval. Uma samba, uma cachaça, uma original e um carnaval. Okay.
water.
Hey, hey. Loads of cigarettes.
Just pop your feet up on the black bar for me. That's it. Come on, mate. Just be careful getting up. It can be a little bit slippery, all right?
Okay.
Well done. Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll come and unlock the band in a second. I'll just get everyone in.